Welcome on in, everyone. Come on in, Patrick.
Is that you all the way down there, Matt? Let me get all this construction material out of the way so I can see where you guys are up to. There's Andrew. Maybe I can pass this off to him.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Oh,
I just
my
realized
goodness.
maybe we should be giving Mandy the for this piece. Mandy is seeing this place for the first time ever.
I heard
Which
she's
is
got lots
super
of
cool.
questions.
And so I think I'm just going to hand over this microphone to her for this part of the show.
Oh my gosh. So I just walked in. I've been here a few minutes and I cannot believe the progress that you guys have made.
It's transformed, and we're not up to 72 hours yet, so we're still clicking down, but this place is just a 180.
mean, you guys are incredible. Tell me everything that you've done. I walked out of this place Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
I haven't been in since, and it looks like there's been a lot going on.
We had a curtain up there because we were going to do a big reveal, but unfortunately, I think the wind came in overnight and pulled it all down. No, but a lot of it from the base all the way up to the top, we've done some work so far, waterproofing the base to make sure that if any of these systems have a failure occur, we can contain issues. We did wall painting. We built this entire frame. We were doing the calculations, and it's just tons and tons of weight coming down from the tank. So we said, I think we're up to 6 helicopters now. We could probably condense weight, put on top of that thing, and I don't have to worry about it falling over. So fingers crossed.
Wow.
Yeah, our angelfish, disc fish, they don't weigh any more than that.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how much the larger every gallon of water that you add to those tanks, how much weight you're putting on those frames that you built for them.
And even so with elevated, right? Just that water being that much higher every foot, there's an incremental change in the amount of pressure and actual downward force. So it's like the higher up you go, now you're battling just more forces from gravity on top of that.
Oh,
so
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's really interesting, right? So it's like when you think about like some irrigation systems and like farmlands and stuff, it's usually at the top of the hill because it's going to have enough water pressure just from being so high above to be able to open up a valve, and now it's there. Yeah, so a lot of cool things we're planning. We're hoping to harness some of that energy, maybe for some of our pump systems and checks to have them equalize each other. So we're still on the drawing board on that one. We're going to save for a rainy day, but that's the final tweakings we're already kind of starting to put together.
Wow.
Yeah, cool.
All right,
stuff.
so you guys painted, you did water sealing paint and caulking on the bottom.
Yep.
Just in case there's a failure, our neighbors through the wall won't know about it. There won't be a failure.
That's right. It's our problem, not theirs.
It's always good to troubleshoot. All right, and then you built a frame to the tank, which looks insane.
Crazy.
And as you pointed out, is strong enough to hold all of that weight from that 150 gallons of water, and then the rocks and the angelfish and the pumps and everything else. And then tell me the master plan for now, the propagation, like, you know, the water feeding the plants portion.
Yeah, so we have our water source because that's its own unit. We're going to be able to tie it in there just to keep our levels up, but this is going to be its own system. And so starting from the top where we'll feed the water into, there'll be a constant flow through these different channels. Almost if you think of like a gutter, we have some great pieces we're going to show in a little bit.
Okay.
It's already pre-built so you can kind of get an idea of what we're working with here, but the water will flow continuously down from one because we're going up probably 6-7 feet up in the sky will be the topmost one. So that's where it all flows down from the top. And then by the time it's at the bottom, it'll be into a 5-gallon bucket. So we can have a sump pump right there. And once we get it down to the bottom, we can then manage its flows to be able to keep that in constant circulation. Just running a big loop, all based off of the...
Do you have any idea how much water will be on the opposite wall at a time?
Oh my goodness, we have a friend here, Commander. He's helping live at the lab. He was just here. He might be going. He just did the math. Yeah. No, so he had done all the measurements for the inside channels, did a capacity at full, which I think in poundage was somewhere around 80 pounds of water for each one of those channels if it was completely full. But we were talking about with this system, it's only going to be at about a half fill level.
Yep.
So the roots can continue to reach out and down. So I think we're thinking about 40 pounds per column is going to be the amount of distributed weight. And so we're building this piece to contain that liquid, and then with specialized drains, have it flow all the way down.
And are you guys thinking of like, should we go to where it is?
Yeah, I think this is a great time. Matt can show us some of the stuff we've been working on.
Are you guys thinking, I'm loving this. Now, are you, so this is the channels, right?
Yep. So these will be the channels. These are actually just like fence post exteriors. So when you're finishing like an outdoor deck
Yeah,
renovation,
yeah.
this is going to be a sheath that you'll put around it so it has a nice finish to it. But they come with caps and things like this. So we're going to use 100% silicone sealant, and we're just going to glue the inside of it, and then we're going to seal it around the outside. You want to use 100% silicone when using things in aquaponics and the hydroponics, just because if there's any other contaminants and like acrylic-based polymers that are going to be
Yeah.
inside of those, it can leach into the water and
Makes
cause
sense.
effects. So we're trying to go as neutral as possible with this build.
All right, so this, so we obviously, here's the tank.
Yep.
This is the tray above it. Is that additional plants for above?
Yeah, so
Okay, kind of a bonus.
exactly. This is a recirculating pump, so we can have the mother almost. We're thinking it's like
Yes.
a lot of the ones we're really starting to pick from will be here, and they'll always be safe and ready. And then as we see components we like and want to choose from, you guys can pull up. Look at this. He's already got it down
Yes.
here. You step up your ladder, you find what you want, you
And
turn it
then
around, and you put it right
Take
in here.
take a cutting and put it in. All right, and then you're thinking 7. So this is going to be the frame, and then boom, 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 7 of these. Is that what you're
So
thinking?
we have 7. We're going to do our spacing. I think 7 is
Oh, 7.
fingers crossed we can get all of them, and each of
But
them, I think,
you need to leave room for the plants to grow.
exactly. So we're
Yep.
spacing our lights because each one of these will have an independent light source above it. And so it'll be
Okay.
right at the base
Yep.
of the one underneath. And so
Yep.
finding out our distances, we're looking
Yes.
at like 8 to 12 inches kind of for that foliage to
Yes.
have
Yes.
enough light.
Yeah, you don't want them to be too close to the light. You don't want it to be too close that they can't get big enough.
Right.
Now, will this be a continuous water flow over this halfway mark, or is it going to be like a fully drain out and then flood back up?
The goal is to have it a continuous flow.
Okay,
Matt can correct me,
amazing.
but I believe that that's the system we're working here is that we'll have that constant 2 inches there at a slow pace as it goes through there. In that capture 5-gallon bucket, we're going to have a flow meter on there. And so we'll know if it's the roots are taking up so much water and we're losing our water
right.
capacity. We can then have a float switch, which is keyed from the aquarium to say, turn on, okay, we're low in the bucket. It adds what's necessary for this right here with this prime nutrient rich water
You
to
guys,
then
this
just
is
continue to cycle in and out.
so impressive.
Yeah.
I don't think I fully understand. Okay, so the bucket. So we're thinking a pump or pumps come in over the ceiling
Yep.
and then hits the first propagation fence post, flows down, comes down. Let's say there's 5, whatever it is.
100%.
So then tell me about this. The last pump flows into a bucket. Tell me about that.
So we're gonna do
over there, yeah.
it'll be right. So we're talking about the pressure differentials, I guess is what it'd be. And so the bucket's gonna sit about here. And so if we lift this top one here and we plumb into it, so this will actually be a vessel, right? I think the trick is the water level of where we want our fill level to be on this bucket has to be at the same place that we drain out from here. So
Okay.
that's going to keep these 2 reservoirs, which will essentially be connected in one, at the same level. And so
Wow.
this will hold an extra 4 to 5 gallons of water here at the basin. And then once that entire system gets low, right, then we're going to feed it more.
That'll be
from
the
here,
trigger.
and it'll pull it up and over and go back through the top down.
Wow.
That sound about right there, doctor?
Yeah, that works. Yeah, there's a million ways we could build this.
Yeah.
This is sick. I didn't see the cast on that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so incredibly cool. So then the water will flow back to the fish tank, right? So you'll have an inline and an outline.
So at the moment, we're going to have an export. Go ahead, Matt. You got to take the mic for this one.
This system will be recirculating plants, and it won't be. It's funny when you have an integrated system that's closed off like this. You need to decide whether you're prioritizing fish or plants. We're going to be prioritizing the fish, which means like getting the water being as clean as possible.
Right.
And that won't maximize for plant growth. It'll maximize for fish health. That being said, this side basically, so we're going to have an overflow that's going to basically, anytime water's removed, we're going to have like this perfectly mixed water res over here. They're eventually going to integrate like compost teas into fuel. So basically every time this bucket, every time the plant's consume any water, the float valve will trigger pulling fresh water into the, pulling water from the aquarium to this system to keep it level, and then pulling brand new fresh water into this tank. So it's awesome because, and then we'll also be able to put pumps in here, right? Imagine water plants out there. And when we're pulling we're going to be doing water change automatically on the fish tank.
Yes, and I forgot that this is where you had landed on this design, and what I love about it is because you can add additional nutrients to the propagation plants without impacting the water quality because they're not connected.
Both sides of this, everything will be, well, the only living thing that will be slightly unoptimized, and it's not even true. I'm going to select plants that'll do awesome in this thing. Like pothos will do great, and they'll be great. Maybe they'd grow faster if they had like, increased fertilizers, but they'll be very happy and healthy and act perfectly as like a stabilized filtration system for the fish over here.
Such a good point. Yeah, so that way we always have the cleanest water for the animals.
Yeah.
And then we can tweak the water supply.
And then we can tweak the water supply and add fertilizers.
Totally get it.
Plants, we can even put like, I would never want to use rooting hormone and then put it in a fish tank circulating system.
Right.
Now we could totally put rooting hormone in this, right? It's a one-way flow.
Right.
So.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. This is really, really exciting, and it looks so sweet.
I'm gonna give this back to Patrick so we can wrap up our.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think it's really time to sign off because
I know you guys got to get back to. Thank you for explaining it to me.
We're gonna check in again later tonight at 9 is the plan. We're gonna do it because I'm staying up too late for me. I'm 45 now. This is too much. But anyways, we'll see you guys at 9. We're gonna get as far as we can. I can't believe how far we've gotten. We'll see.
Amazing.
We have to check in within a few hours. But thank you guys.
Awesome. Bye everybody. Good work, you guys. Wow.